All right, guys, let's talk about one of the most overlooked aspects, of instructional in Jiu-Jitsu. It is a fairly small thing, but it is a very important thing. It's sort of your ability to flex your ankle either in or out. For lack of better terms, let's use it flex in, flex out. This is a very important movement, and it's present in a lot of different attacks. For example, a guy turtles up and I'm attacking, I'm trying to take his back, and as I'm doing that, before I have a chance to sink my hook in, he rolls. It's very important I flex out my ankle. So for me, is to be able to smoothly follow him and get that hook in. Notice that on the other leg, I'm using a hook underneath his knee, which you gotta always replace later on. That is one of the aspects. Another aspect for this is when you're attacking omoplata, and if I keep my ankle flexed in this way, notice as he's rolling, he's putting a lot of pressure on my ankle and possibly my knee, as well as the bone. So if I feel him rolling, what I'll do is flex it out, allowing him to roll fairly easily, but also me to follow up with a very tight counter. Let's focus on one other aspect. Again, guys, this is very important when you're playing guard. So if I'm trying to play guard and I'm going to start to get up, I need to flex out my ankle to allow me to come up and start attacking, whether sweep or takedown. Let's use an example, which is a very good one, and that's sort of the same side arm lock from top across side. Again, this video is already on the internet. You could look it up. It's a very tight arm lock, but the entry is very important. It's very smooth and it's very unexpected for the guy on the bottom. What I usually do when I want to attack this arm lock is I make my opponent pop out his arm on the same side because he thinks he's going to be able to bust out the back. What I do is to make sure I mitigate that is obviously I brace with my leg, also flare out my elbow so he cannot do this. All right, as soon as I get this, I'm gonna square back up to him. Now, I'm gonna do it the wrong way first, or maybe it's not the wrong, but it's very loose. Notice that if my ankle is flexed in, as I do this, my hips, it's not tight. There's too much of a gap for him to retract his arm. So what I wanna do is, rather than flex my ankle in, is flex it out. So as I go for the attack, I flex it out, and now I can fold very easily and smoothly, resulting in a very tight submission. So guys, as you train, pay attention not just to your technique, not just your movement, not just the attacks, but also your whole body, because when you go for submission against a good guy, you always want to make sure that it's very tight. And the ankle flexion is one of those components. So try to pay attention not to just your core, your arms, your shoulders, power and all this, but also your outer extremities, how they make your overall game smoother and more efficient. All right, guys?